They're saying that coin collecting is dead. Hello everybody, Silverpicker here, and today's video is something truly special. Trust me. The world of investing has gone absolutely bananas over the past several months. Now, when I was preparing to make this video, I thought I was just going to be citing examples of alternative investments like cryptocurrency or sports cards or video games or something like that. Think about it. We're in a world right now where Bitcoin hit over $40,000 per coin within the last couple months, and how sports cards and Pokemon cards and other things like that have been brought into the mainstream as viable investable assets thanks to the people like Logan Paul or Gary Vaynerchuk. That is absolutely wild. But not just that, even the traditional investing world has gone totally nuts. I'm sure you've all seen the news about GameStop, AMC, Reddit, and Robinhood fiasco, and how that has turned the entire traditional investing world totally on its head. So things are really, really nuts right now in the investing world. So this got me thinking, where does coin collecting fit in all of this? Where does the Carson City Morgan dollar fit in with the Michael Jordan rookie, with the first edition Charizard, with the Alpha Black Lotus? What is the future of coin collecting? And that is the question that we will be answering today. And who is we, you might ask? Well, it's you, it's me, and because it's a tough question, I got a little bit of help from a few of my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends. That was a little much. Sorry about that. But in all seriousness, I lined up 10 of the most well-known numismatic influencers on YouTube to help us answer the question of what is the future of coin collecting. And then, for what it's worth, at the end of the video, I'll share my 2 cents as well. So if you're excited about that, sit back, buckle up, because we are taking a ride into the future.
Hello, my name's Christopher. I have a YouTube channel called Christopher Collects where I hunt through coins circulating in the UK. So it's hard to predict the future of coin collecting. Over in the UK we get lots of different commemorative coins coming out each year. However, in recent years less and less of them actually going to circulation to be found, which is a real shame because I think that's where lots of people get drawn into coin collecting. But we still have the Royal Mint, who makes all of our coins. They will still issue them in their collector's sets, and so the future is definitely bright. We will still be getting lots of different commemorative coins. The scary words, the cashless society, seems to be on its way though, which is a bit worrying. But as I said, I'm sure the Royal Mint will still be producing, at least in the UK, our commemorative coins for collectors to purchase and add to our collections. There's been a great movement in the UK to releasing coins with sort of children's sort of characters on it. So we've had the Snowman, the Gruffalo, Beatrix Potter sets, Paddington Bear sets, which I think is really helpful growing the sort of future coin collectors of tomorrow, because they're getting interested as kids and finding these coins, researching them, finding information about coins, maybe finding a couple of YouTube channels, and then really getting into the spirit of coin collecting. So I think coin collecting, in my opinion, is sort of in a little bit of a boom at the moment, and I hope it continues and keeps growing.
Hey everybody, it's Silverseeker, and the question is, what is the future of coin collecting? In my opinion, I think coin collecting over the last 5-10 years has really been on a very long downward slope. When I was a kid, I used to go to coin shows all the time with my dad, and there were always adults, young adults, older adults, even kids that would come with their parents on the show floor collecting coins, talking, buying. The show floor was packed with people. Every table had people all over it, and it's not the case anymore. The last 5-10 years, coin shows have definitely been on a downward trend. Way less people attending the coin shows in general. So I think in that instance, it's really been on a downward slope. But the good news is, I think that things like YouTube, like my channel and Silver Pickers and Rob Finds Treasure and more, have definitely helped bring more people into the fold, get more people into coin collecting. Hopefully that is a trend that continues. There's Discord servers and Reddits and all sorts of things that people are getting into coin collecting and communicating with other people about coins through. So I think that's very fantastic. And I think because of that, the future of coin collecting is bright. It's just going a little bit different of a way. It's going more online, where people can talk with each other, chat with each other, share pictures of what they have, look for specific stuff and things like that. So I don't think coin collecting is going anywhere. In fact, I think it has a much brighter future than what it has been because, again, of places like YouTube. So Really excited about the future of coin collecting. I don't think it's going to go to way of stamps anytime soon.
Just gonna jump back in here for a second and remind you all that if you like what you see, the links to all of these channels are down below and you should definitely check them out and let them know that I sent you. And if for some reason you still have not yet subscribed to my channel, please take a moment to hit that big ol' red subscribe button. Now, back to our amazing special guests.
So when I think of the future of coin collecting, I think I'm going to focus on one trend that I see, and that's a continued shift over to the digital aspect of coin collecting. I think that people have kind of always been secretive. There's the element of like safety and not getting robbed in person. And so I think that coins and the digital kind of ecosystem merge very nicely. I think that there's going to be continued focus of posting really cool coins on things like Instagram or YouTube, that growing quite a bit, but really the PCGS set registry has been a huge way that that's played out, and I think that just kind of shifting more online, whether that's auctions, whether that's online coin meetings, kind of all over the hobby, all of that's going to go online. So I'd say that that's at least one big trend in the future of coin collecting.
So I'm half asleep Chris, and I think the future of coin collecting is more of the same. I know that's a really boring answer to give, and there's a lot of doom and gloom about cash and going cashless, but ultimately I think that's a long way away. You might point out that during the pandemic, many shops aren't even accepting cash anymore, and you can really see the beginning of the end. But then in other countries, such as Brazil, the increased demand for cash has been so great that they've had to suddenly issue a brand new denomination of banknote just to keep up with it. So I think physical currency will be around for a long time, and even when it eventually dies, this hobby will absolutely continue. Other than that, I think we're going to see more and more attempts at getting young people interested in coins, particularly using collectible sets like the US state quarters, presidential dollars, or the UK and Australian A to Z series. These coin sets are fun, quirky, often educational, and really accessible and appealing to kids, and it's their interests that will ensure the survival of the hobby long term.
The future of coin collecting. I feel like the future of coin collecting is going to be more technology driven. YouTube channels have grown. There's more of an interest in it that way. Technology is getting involved in coin grading, counterfeit coins. I see a future in that direction, maybe some artificial intelligence being used for the grading of coins, identifying coins, and things like that. MintStateCoin.com actually has a coin identifier that uses artificial intelligence and working on an artificial intelligence grading app. So that's coming in the future. People also are going to be online more. I think coin shows will become a little more technology, let's say, agreeable. Maybe having more video there. People not so afraid to be on video, actually promote their businesses. It'll become more worldwide as far as that's concerned. Whereas at a coin show, these dealers will be able to reach people all over the United States instead of just the people that's at the show. I can see things like that happening. I see coin values maybe starting to increase a bit, but I think some of the high-end coins will go down in value. Let's take, for instance, Franklin halves that graded Mint State 66 full bell lines at one time were the bee's knees, and now it's 67. So I think as more coins are being graded, more rolls are being opened up, eventually we'll kind of settle out with this is going to be the grade that's worth the money. I don't see, I see an increase in interest in the hobby, and someone's going to come along with something that's going to really spark an interest, whether it be there's some YouTube channels almost like a game show. Well, maybe that will expand. Maybe there'll be a game show and someone will have it, maybe even syndicated. Who knows? And they'll be able to, people will get on there as coin collectors and be able to play and earn coins and things like that. Maybe something like that's coming. But I just think that technology is going to drive the hobby into the future, and I think it will make the future brighter. I also think it'll draw more people in and also educate coin collectors better. Maybe there'll be less fraud, there'll be less fakes, because no longer will people be buying this stuff because they'll be educated against buying it. So hopefully that's what will happen in the future for coin collecting.
What is the future of coin collecting? It's a great question. If you were to ask me that 10 years ago, I would say that it was a declining hobby with only the older generations interested in it, because mainly of the fact that silver coinage was around in those older generations, and it was something that people collected in the 70s and 80s and tried to look for. But I think with today's markets and marketing of the special coins, like the Pac-Man coins, you name it, I think some of those types of special sets are bringing kids and younger adults reinvested in the hobby. And I think the price of silver, the price of gold is exciting. So I think at the very least, we're starting to see an influx of newer generations interested in coin collecting. So I think the future is very bright, and who knows what the next decade holds for U.S. coinage, but more importantly, gold and silver.
Well, hello, Silver Picker. I am spectacular. How are you? Listen, the question of what is the future of coins? We all are kind of curious a little bit that collect coins, right? What's going to happen? You ask this question to somebody who has a shop, who is an old timer in the collecting, and it might be like, hey, it's not the same. It's different. It's come down a little bit. And hey, listen, they may be right. I might be out of my mind, but I think that it hasn't come down. I don't think that coin collecting has gone away. I think it's just different. It's different from what they're used to. Coin collecting now is online. There's so much you can do online. You just sit there on your couch and just, scroll through eBay or different websites that sells coins, and you just find those coins and just click buy and add it to your cart, and game over. You have coins. You don't got to go to a coin shop anymore. And for some people, that's more convenient. And I believe that the future of coin collecting is going to be the same, where just online is going to take over, really. And one thing that I kind of worry about is the counterfeits. Counterfeiting is getting better and better and better. And so with the future of coin collecting and counterfeiting, something has to change. Some ways to detect counterfeits better and easier for us. Maybe some apps on our phones, which already do exist, but maybe some more fine-tuned apps that help us to understand counterfeits and to get rid of those from the hobby will definitely help us in the future. But I think it's still here, coin collecting, and I think it's here to stay. Spectacular is out.
Hey, Silver Picker. Thanks for having me back on your show. If you don't know me, my name's Shane. I have a YouTube channel called Clash Guitars. I do a lot of treasure hunting and has nothing to do with guitars. I do coin collecting and gold prospecting and scuba diving and all that stuff. Now, for the future of coin collecting, I think that even though the precious metal value is going to go down over time due to more supply on Earth, due to asteroid mining, I think that numismatic value of the coins will start to actually go up, increase in value more than it has historically. The reason for that is because I think coins are going to be more difficult to get if we do start going into cryptocurrency and becoming a more cashless system. I don't think cash will ever go away completely, but I do think that more people are going to be using cryptocurrency in the future, making coins more of a novelty thing, making them more collectible. So I think that the future of coin collecting is a good thing. Thanks a lot, Silver Picker, for having me on your show again.
Wow, that was super, super interesting. A massive thank you to each and every one of my guests for coming on and sharing their perspective. Definitely go show them some love and check out their channels. But now, here is what I think of the future of coin collecting. Well, it's very complex, but overall, I'm very optimistic about the future of coin collecting. I do believe that there are some things that are holding it back, and I'll get to those in a second, but let's start with the positive things first. Well, first off, on the most basic level, the rising popularity of other collectibles is definitely good for the hobby. As the saying goes, a rising tide lifts all ships, and in this case, man, are the tides rising. The astronomical records that sports cards, Pokemon cards, Magic cards, and video games have set recently absolutely is going to influence the numismatic market. But what's even more interesting is who is making these purchases of astronomically priced collectibles. Well, it's collectors and investors. What's interesting about collectors? Well, most collectors have multiple types of collections. And investors, they all like to diversify their investment portfolio. So when those two forces collide, I think it sets up these deep-pocketed individuals to be prime targets to be the next wave of big numismatic collectors and investors. That's not just my opinion though. There's hard evidence to indicate this trend. Just last week, Heritage Auctions sold a coin that broke the Guinness World Record for the most expensive gold coin ever sold. On January 21st of this year, the Brasher doubloon, a rare gold coin from the late 1700s, sold for $9,360,000. And that's crazy enough on its own. But get this. According to reports, Heritage president Greg Rohan placed the winning bid from a telephone bidder, saying after the sale that the winning bidder had never bought rare coins before purchasing all of the Brasher coins offered in the auction session for $11,940,000. That's insane. What this is telling you is that even non-numismatists are confident in the value of numismatic collectibles going up. That's not just some guy investing in gold, right? This is someone investing in a numismatic coin who is no dummy. No one with $9.4 million to spend on a coin is an idiot, okay? This person has a good idea that this coin is a good, sound investment. In this particular case, the buyer decided to remain anonymous, but just wait until some famous athlete or pop star or A-list YouTuber, for instance, decides to flex their wealth and spend $1 million on a coin. Then we're really gonna see what this hobby can do. So you can see why I'm very optimistic about the future of coin collecting. But there is something that is holding the hobby back and can definitely spoil its momentum if it's not kept in check. And that is the condescending, awful attitude that a lot of experienced collectors have towards newbies. Coin clubs at local libraries are all but dead, and coin show attendance has been on a steep decline long before COVID came into the picture. And you'll hear this broken record among old-timers saying, coin collecting's dying, young folks aren't interested in the hobby anymore, it's a darn shame. But guess what? It's these same people that are actually causing the problem. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You go to a coin show and see how young people are treated. Go to a coin show and see how a newbie is treated, and you will understand why it's enough to never want to come back again. Now, obviously not all vendors or old-timers act like that to newbies and young people, but it is definitely a noticeable trend. But it's not all doom and gloom. There is a lot of hope, and that hope is the online numismatic community, where I am a part of, where all the YouTubers that you just saw are a part of, where we are all passionate people that put in a lot of time, effort, and even money into making videos for everyone to enjoy so that we can share our passion and get more people excited about an amazing, amazing hobby without all that aristocratic gatekeeping nonsense. We are democratizing coin collecting. It's no longer the hobby of kings. It is now the hobby of the people. So if you watching right now are new to the hobby, just know that we all welcome you with open arms. With our arms wide open! Okay, I promise I'll stop that. So, do you agree with me? Disagree with me? What do you think the future of coin collecting is? Let us know in the comments below. In any case, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike, so stay tuned, and until then, Silverpicker out. A huge, huge thank you to all of my wonderful patrons. Thank you for yet another amazing month of support and helping build this awesome community. If you are watching and are not yet a supporter on Patreon but would like to become one, I would be forever grateful, and I can't wait to meet you in the Discord.